All right, watch party, watch party, watch party.
It's the director's cut.
This is the director's cut. If you don't know me, I am LeRoy Aaron. You can see me on the First Coast Living every Wednesday for Watch Party Wednesdays with LeRoy. Now with me, I have my co-host today.
I'm Magee, and I also direct. I direct First Coast Living usually on Mondays and Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays, but it's all over the place. We do news and First Coast Living.
Yep. And basically what we do as directors is we conduct the action that you see on the screen from the control room.
Yes.
We're in the anchor's ears, we're controlling the VOs and the sound bites that you hear, and we're basically just moving the show along as the producers have listed it down in their rundowns. If you were to use an analogy, I guess you could say we're quarterbacking.
Yeah, we're quarterbacking the show.
Yep.
It's kind of just us helping the producer bring their vision to life and make it what they want it to be.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, we here at First Coast News, we love our jobs, man. And as directors, we have a unique eye when it comes to programming, movies, television. So when we watch another scripted or non-scripted program, we see more than just what's on the screen. We see the camera movements. We see the script put together. We see everything in the background.
The lighting, all the little small things. We see the production through and through our eyes if we were directing it ourselves. It's kind of interesting. It's something that I've come to enjoy and kind of like dislike at the same time.
Right. I definitely get on my girlfriend's nerves whenever we watch anything because I'm constantly like pointing out stuff in the background.
Like the framing's slightly off. I can't. What are they doing? What are they doing?
Right. Exactly. But I feel like though, as directors and working here at First Coast News, it gives us the opportunity to kind of use our knowledge as directors and go in more in depth in some of the shows and the movies that we have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it gives us a greater respect and understanding of what people went through to make that happen, and it's just nice.
Right, absolutely.
It's reassuring.
All right, well, let's get started. What do you say? Let's jump into the first one. I think we have a bear.
25 pounds?
No, I ordered 200.
What is beef?
You still got that meat connect? We get $12.50 for that on eBay.
Boom.
Not system, baby.
System. This is your brother's house. I was running it fine without you.
Why didn't he leave it to you then? Don't wipe your hands on your apron, chef.
Jeff.
I refer to everybody as chef because it's a sign of respect.
You could throw down, huh?
Behind.
So how you gonna pass the family test? Delicious or impressive?
Delicious is impressive.
Word.
Yo, family's up.
I just never had plátanos with like grass on it.
We want to change this restaurant, right? But we have to change the chemistry.
Hey, why are you always like watching me?
Because it's just sort of my job.
Where the chili flakes? Because it organizes, it's more confusing.
Right there. Labeled chili flakes.
All right, man. The Bears starring Ayo Edebiri.
Jeremy Allen White and Ebron Moss Bacrock.
Yep. A young chef from the fine dining world. He returns back home to Chicago to run his family's Italian beef shop after tragedy has struck their family. What are your thoughts on The Bear?
Yes, chef. This show is one of my favorite shows on television right now. I have probably watched season 2 2 or 3 times now, and every single time, every episode's great, especially season 2, episode 6. That's my favorite. Stress fest, but great episode. This show balances comedy and real life situations with going through Jeremy Allen White's character and everyone around him running this restaurant, and I think it's one of the most relatable shows out there right now.
It is. As a fan of like cooking shows, even like Top Chef, anything Gordon Ramsay does, I like seeing the back end the kitchen operation. And to see the producers and the writers and the director of The Bear take that action and put it in a scripted form, it is absolutely masterful, man. I love watching it. My favorite episode, well, I have 2 favorite episodes. The Christmas episode, which was just pure pandemonium.
Yep.
Also, the episode, it was an episode where it was just showing the operation, just it's real
The
pressure.
one-shot episode?
Yep, the one-shot episode. They
That
started
was
from the
so well
beginning
done.
and just went. It reminded me of the scene in Goodfellas.
Yep.
When they enter through the kitchen and he has the tracking shot all the way. That's what that whole episode reminded me of. It is full, it's fast paced, it is pressure, man. I'm just telling you. And then like you, every time I watch it, yes chef, yes chef.
Yes,
I
chef.
answer my parents, yes chef. I answer my girl, yes chef.
Brings back some memories of when working in food service. I think they do a great job of representing food service in every way. I used to work back of house. I was expediter. I worked as fry cook, grill chef, all different things across the kitchen, and they hit everything on the mark from what I remember, even more so because this is a much higher quality kitchen than I was working at.
Right.
But it just, the way they balance the comedy and like everything is just
So let me ask you this: Did you feel the same type of anxiety watching The Bear as you did when you were working in the
Yes.
kitchen, or was it more anxiety because of the show?
I feel like I could feel that anxiety again because just hearing those tickets ring, you're just going, when is it ever going to stop? And they just mirror that to a T, and it's just makes you reminisce on when I was working there, working in the restaurant industry, and it was just, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the show does a really good job of making it feel real, and just the way they build characters within that environment is just really cool.
Okay, well, you can catch The Bear on Hulu and FX. Also, The Bear won a lot of awards, so check it out, man. Next, Ted. It's 1993, and Ted the Bear's moment of fame has passed. So he's back home with his best friend, John Bennett, and his family. Now, while Ted might be a lousy influence on John, he's a very loyal pal who will go out on a limb for friendship. Ted stars Seth MacFarlane and Max Burkholder. I really, really enjoyed watching Ted. I was a huge fan of the movies, Ted 1 and 2. I'm
Both
a
of them are
huge
great.
fan of Seth MacFarlane. I'm a huge fan of Family Guy. So everything about this movie is right in step with Seth MacFarlane. It is a great, it gives me a great sitcom kind of feel.
It does. Speaking of Family Guy, when I was watching the first episode of the show, all I could think about was like the way they framed it was almost exactly the same as they do the animated series of Family Guy, and I was just like, wow, you did a good job of that. Good job, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, no, and actually, if you like see some of the opening shot, the establishing shots, when they zoom in the house looks like the house from Family Guy, and then they cut to the kitchen, and the kitchen is set up just like the kitchen in Family Guy. It's kind of weird, man.
I feel like he did it on purpose.
Yeah, I
he
feel
had
like
to do it on purpose.
He had to.
He had to.
But you know, it's Ted and it's Seth MacFarlane, so you know you're gonna have a bunch of raunchy jokes, a lot of potty humor, and it's set in a high school. So I mean, you know, you're gonna have those type of jokes from high school kids and those type of situations.
For sure.
But I love Ted, man. It's a very easy watch. It's great for when you just want to go get just a quick laugh.
Yes, it is.
Not think too hard about it. Yeah, man. Anything else about Ted, man?
I think Max Burkholder does a great job of living up to what Mark Wahlberg did in the first two movies, and he just lives up to that character. He is funny. His timing is great, and he works so well with Seth MacFarlane and Ted, and they just build off each other throughout, and I think they do a great job.
Yeah, I agree. I think he picks up a lot of the mannerisms of
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. I almost called him Marky Mark.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
He wouldn't have liked that too much, but I think he picked up a lot of mannerisms from Mark Wahlberg for the movie, and yeah, man, I think he does a great job. All right. Anything else?
I don't have too much to add. If you want to watch anything real quick, it's a 45-minute show. It's like it's a good laugh. You can sit back, relax, and just forget everything and just watch and laugh.
Yep, streaming on Peacock on NBC, and it's a great watch, man.
Great watch.
All right, next up we have Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
I love Quantum Leap. It's a reboot that I've been very excited about. It's set 30 years after Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the Quantum Leap accelerator and vanished. 30 years later, followed by a team led by Dr. Ben Song, he must restart the project, hoping to understand the mysteries behind the machine and its creator. Now, Quantum Leap is a show about a gentleman who, again, steps into the quantum accelerator. He goes throughout history and changes history or makes sure history plays out as it's supposed to. I've seen a lot of reboots and a lot of remakes. I think Quantum Leap was done very well. I have flown through the first 2 seasons. Like, I watched the first season as it was broadcasting. I didn't have time for the second one, but I did catch up on it. It is great. It is well written. And me, I'm kind of, I enjoy history. So I enjoy going back, seeing like him making the changes and how it affects the future. I'm also a time travel geek, so.
Time travel is a big thing right now.
Anything dealing with time travel, you know, the multiverse, changing anything, I'm in for it. And Quantum Leap does it.
Quantum Leap, I think, does a good job as well. I watched a little bit of it recently, and I thought it was a very fun show. And like you said, I'm a history buff as well. I like seeing them go through different parts of history. This morning, I was even watching some history documentary thing. But anyways, I think the idea of the show going through these different parts of history and making sure things go correctly is a cool concept. And like you said, I think they lived up to the expectation of remaking the show.
Yeah.
Like following up on it.
I agree with you. And again, it has Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. I'm a huge fan. And he does great on this show, man. It's just Quantum Leap, man. Check it out on NBC and Peacock. You won't be sorry, I promise you.
You won't.
All right, next up, man, we have Welcome Home Franklin. Welcome Home Franklin this year has been one of my favorite shows. It's an animated TV special from the Peanuts gang, and it's basically the origin story about Franklin Armstrong, the only black character in the Peanuts gang. Now, let me tell you, I'm 42. I'm going to age myself a little bit. So I've grown up with Snoopy. You know, I've watched The Great Pumpkin, I've watched all the Thanksgiving special, and I've seen Franklin. Now, there is a very special scene in, I think, the Thanksgiving special where, like, all the kids are on one side of the table and Franklin is on the other side of the table, which that scene in particular led to this special being created. It's kind of like a correction of what had been done back in the past, but it is done so well. It basically gives you the origin story of Franklin Armstrong, how he first comes to meet Charlie Brown, and how he and Charlie Brown participate in a derby, what do you call those?
Oh, derby. Kind of reminds me of Little Rascals.
Right.
The derby going on there.
So they basically have to work together, man, and he gets to know everybody in the Peanuts gang. And I've watched this like 3 times because, again, the representation is important, man. I've grown up watching the Peanuts, and you like to see yourself, you know. I like to show myself. I like to see myself or somebody who represents me and, you know, my culture on television. So I think it was long overdue. I think it's very well done, and, you know, I love cartoons.
Like you said, representation is important for people seeing themselves in characters, and I think this show does a good job with that with Franklin and building it in the Peanuts universe so more people can see it, because having the Peanuts itself, people recognize it, people want to see it, and building on a character like Franklin helps people see themselves in a new character. Not necessarily a new character, I mean like a character they haven't really dived into before, and I think this show does a really good job of building on him and his growth.
Yep. And I'm excited to see how they're going to take this a step forward, because I would like to see like the background of other Peanuts characters, say like Lucy. Like I want to know like why does she hold the football and pull it away from Charlie Brown? You know, what led to her psychiatric booth that she charges everybody? Like, you know what I mean? Like I want to know some of the background. So I think Welcome Home Franklin is a beautiful start to a bunch of leads us to a bunch of Peanut specials. So yeah, man, check it out. Welcome Home Franklin.
It's a good start.
You can catch it on Apple TV. It is available now. Check it out, man. All right, next up we have The Irrational. Now this show I really enjoy. It comes on NBC and Peacock, and The Irrational is about a college professor named Alec Mercer, who is a world-renowned behavioral scientist who lends his expertise to an array of high-stake cases involving government law enforcement and corporations with his unique and unexpected approach to understanding human behavior. The Irrational stars Jesse L. Martin, which you may know from Law and Order and The Flash, which I really enjoy him on. The Irrational, I love this show. I love any show that crime drama. With him using psychology, it's very unique how he gets to solve the case. It's very unique. I love it. It's a different path every episode. It keeps me engaged. Again, I'm a huge fan of Jesse L. Martin, and all the case files are unique. I mean, that's one of the things I'm really loving about the show. They're really unique, and he really does a good job.
He does. I think he took a lot of notes from when he was in Law and Order and like built upon that to make his character even stronger and like more well-rounded, because he's not necessarily a policeman. He's a professor, correct?
Right.
And he works on these cases and like uses that different perspective that you wouldn't normally think of, and I think that's really cool. And it ends up affecting his personal life a little bit.
Right.
And that the show builds on that a lot.
Right. And kind of like a B storyline to the show, in addition to him helping out in solving cases with the government officials, is when he was young, he was involved in a bombing. And so throughout the show is bringing us closer and closer to him finding out who set the bomb that kind of started him on a path, you know what I mean, to becoming who he is today. So it is wrapping up very nicely. I'm finishing up season 1. I gotta admit, I'm a little behind, but I'm finishing up season 1. So I'm very interested to see who did it.
The who done it.
Right, exactly. But yeah, man, The Irrational, man, I really enjoy that show.
I do enjoy it too. I've seen a couple episodes so far. I've seen, I think, 3. I'm like very early on in the show, but from what I've seen, it's been really cool.
Okay, cool. Stick with it, man. I'm telling you, stick with it. You won't be sorry. All righty, next up we have Abbott Elementary. Check this out.
Good day to the fine teachers of Abbott Elementary. What?
No comment about Gregory being F-O-I-N foin.
No, that is highly inappropriate. I went to Harvard this summer. I've learned what it truly takes to do the job of a principal.
Break it up, slackers. I got cameras all over this joint.
She must be stopped.
Yeah, trying out cursing, see how it goes. Oh, no. Gregory and I are good.
Yeah, no, we're fine.
Interesting.
I cannot stand any more of this new Ava, and you are a very powerful tool.
All these rules are so hard.
Here's a rule. Put your arms away, Jeremy Allen Black.
You guys missed a lot.
Abbott Elementary is a workplace comedy of a group dedicated, passionate teachers and oblivious principal are brought together in the Philadelphia public school system. I've been watching this show since it came out, and this is probably my favorite show on television right now. Quinta Brunson stars as Miss Teagues, a second grade teacher who is in the Philadelphia school system, and it's kind of like a mockumentary. If you think of The Office, it's very similar to that, in which they're following these people as if it's their real life. And basically, this show is just so funny and relatable, and the way it puts in real life issues that are going on as well with putting comedy, and it's just a really well balanced show.
I agree, man. I'm raised in a family full of teachers, so to see a show like that showing kind of the struggles that teachers go through, it makes me appreciate all my teachers that struggled with us coming up and seeing everything, man. I love this show, absolutely love this show. It is well written.
Very well written.
Quinta Brunson started out on the internet, and she just kept writing, kept shooting, and made her way to the screen, man. And Abbott Elementary is just a great show. It's won 2 Emmys. I know Quinta.
At least 2.
At least 2 Emmys.
I believe. What is her name? I have it on here somewhere.
Who, Lisa? Lisa Ann Walter?
Lisa Ann Walter, yes.
Yes, she
and
is.
Cheryl Lee Ralph, both of them.
Yes,
Cheryl Lee Ralph is so talented. She is so talented.
Yep.
One of my favorite characters is Gregory, who's Tyler James Williams from Everybody Hates Chris, if you like that show. He is hilarious. He's a very interesting character, but his dynamic with Quinta Brunson's character, Miss Teagues, is very funny. and it grows throughout the show. We're on season 3 now, and the show just keeps hitting and hitting and hitting and hitting every single time I watch it.
Right, he plays kind of the straight man.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of interesting because it's kind of peaking as to a romantic, maybe something. Will they, won't they?
Is it like a Jim and Pam kind of from The Office?
Right,
is it?
right.
Is it? We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Maybe, but I mean, it's a great show. And again, you referenced The Office. When I first saw it, I thought about Parks and Rec, that same mockumentary shot type style show. And if done well, that shooting a show like that can be great. But if done right, it can be awful. But Abbott Elementary does a great job. I encourage everybody to go and watch it. It's on ABC. You can find it on Hulu.
Hulu as well.
Yep, but Abbott Elementary, check it out, man. It is great. It is family friendly.
It's
you
very
can watch
family
it with
friendly.
the kids.
Anyone can watch it.
Yep.
And it's very relatable. I think anyone can take something out of this show. It is a very wholesome show. It is a very funny show, and anyone can sit down and watch it, and they will enjoy it.
Yep. All right, next up we have Dune. Check it out.
There's something happening to me. There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it.
What did you see?
There's a crusade coming.
Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Yes.
The test is simple. Remove your hand from the box, and you die.
What's in the box?
Pain. You inherit too much power. You have proven you can rule yourself. Now you must learn to rule others. Something none of your ancestors learned.
My father rules an entire planet.
He's losing it.
He's getting a richer one.
He'll lose that one too. Arrakis is a death trap.
I'll kill them. This is an extermination. They're picking my family off one by one.
Let's fight like demons.
An animal caught in a trap will gnaw off its own leg to escape. What will you do?
I know you.
One day, the legend will be born. All of civilization depends on it.
The future. I can see it. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer.
My Lord Duke.
Where the fear is gone, only I will remain.
Go, go, go!
This is the Dune series. This is one of the biggest series out right now.
Ooh,
Dune 2 just came out a couple weeks ago, and what a great movie. Dune is about Paul Atreides. Paul Atreides is a person who's born into royal blood and maybe even enlightened blood. He's the kind of a chosen one, per se. And this whole movie follows these two movies follow Paul's journey into becoming this religious figure on a distant future. Charlie Villeneuve made this movie based off the I want to say 56. Don't quote me on this. Frank Reynolds' book Dune. These two movies are based off of one book, which is kind of cool because both movies feel like they're complete in what they are. They have a full story arc, and they're very well done, both of them. They're epic style with visually pleasing and just a very well written storyline.
Okay. So I've seen the first Dune, starring Timothée Chalamet.
Yes, Timothée Chalamet.
I think he does a great job. I read some of the book when I was younger, but I didn't really remember it. But watching the first Dune was amazing. I really enjoyed it. But I'm looking forward to the second one, and the trailer has gotten me very excited about it.
I have now seen the second one 3 times, and just a pre-warning now, if I'm going to try to explain a little bit of what's happening, so spoiler warning now, spoiler warning. Basically, Paul is born to one of these major houses.
Okay.
House Atreides. His dad is royal, and his mom is from these witch people called the Bene Gesserit.
Okay.
The Bene Gesserit are these super planning people who basically, over the past thousands of years, have planned to basically breed a religious figure who will become an Anakin Skywalker, I want to say.
Okay.
Kind of lack of a better term. Right. Basically start a holy war and take over. So Paul is this pretty redeeming character. He's not what you'd expect to be like a big villain, because he's not a villain. Following him through the first movie is him kind of getting introduced to this world. The first movie starts out with them on their normal planet, and they're basically given by the galaxy's emperor, they're given this planet.
Okay.
What is the planet's name?
It's okay.
He's given a planet that has this special thing, this special spice. The spice can basically help you, is one of the most precious things on the in the universe. And
let me ask you this. So how long is Dune 2?
Dune 2 is 165 minutes.
Okay, that's not long at all. So that's a nice little walk in the park.
Nice little walk in the park for 2.5 hours. Just to preface, these movies are long, and they are a long watch. Frank Herbert, not Reynolds. Sorry, Frank Herbert.
Frank Herbert. Okay, good.
Thank you, Sarah, for correcting me.
Thank you.
Why did I say Herbert? I don't even know.
Reynolds is the Always Sunny character. Always Sunny character.
Is it?
We were talking about Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
1965.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of shows around here, man.
You were right.
Maybe, yeah.
We were talking about a lot of shows, so we kind of get confused. It's okay though, it's good, but we got you.
But this movie has a star-studded cast with Zendaya, Josh Brolin, Rebecca Ferguson, and so many more. Jason Momoa is in it. His character Duncan Idaho is really cool. This movie is just the first epic-style movie that's come out in a while that has just really just stood out from everything else. It is probably these movies and the book itself are one of the biggest influences in a lot of sci-fi. Like, I believe Star Wars probably takes a lot. I saw a video recently that was talking about how Star Wars is almost a direct ripoff, but not really.
Okay.
But like, it takes a lot of influences from Dune.
Okay.
Even like, I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but it's one of the biggest things in sci-fi that people have based their stories off of, because it's just so well written and how the story develops through Paul in this first book.
Perfect. All right, so yeah, man, Dune 2 is out now, man. Check it out. Next up, man, we have the movie Upgraded, which you can find on Amazon Prime. Upgraded is about when Anna upgraded to first class on a work trip. She meets handsome Will, who mistakes her for her boss Claire. A little white lie sets up a glamorous chain of events and romance and opportunity until her field threatens to surface. Upgrade stars Camila Mendes and Archie Renault. Now I watch a lot of heavy movies, a lot of sci-fi. This is the opposite of all that. This is a nice, beautiful rom-com. It's not too deep. You don't have to sit there and study every scene to stay with it. It's easy. Camila Mendes does a great job. You may know her from Riverdale.
Riverdale, yep.
Yep. She does a great job, and she is basically an art dealer who goes and is trying to make her way up through the art world. This movie kind of puts me in the mind of The Devil Wears Prada. That sort of kind of instance where she is working under somebody who is kind of a tyrant. But this world is an art dealing world. And she does a great job. And in the end, it's a romantic comedy, so love's involved. So I really suggest this for a nice romantic date night. Amazon Prime, upgrade it, check it out.
Can we take a second just to appreciate the comeback of rom-coms?
Yes.
Anyone But You, No Hard Feelings, now this. Like, things are getting better for the rom-com world.
Picking up.
They're coming back. They're coming back.
They're picking up, man.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm
all here for it. Rom-coms are one of America's greatest things ever.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Next up, we have Flowers of the Killer Moon. Flowers of the Killer Moon, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and the Oscar-nominated Lily Gladstone and Robert De Niro. Flowers of the Killer Moon is about when
Killers of the Flower Moon.
I'm so crazy.
We're mixed up. We're not usually on TV. We're not usually on TV.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Excuse me. Let's start over. Killers of the Flower Moon, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and the Oscar-nominated Lily Gladstone and Robert De Niro, is about when oil is discovered in 1920s Oklahoma under Osage Nation land. The Osage people are murdered one by one until the FBI catches up with them. Now, Killers of the Flower Moon is an amazing picture. I watched it. Now, I'm going to tell you now, it's about 3 hours long. But it doesn't seem like 3 hours at all, man. I learned a lot from this movie. I learned about the Osage Nation. I learned a lot about their culture. I kind of went beyond the movie and did some additional research, so that led me to that. But just the performances by Lily Gladstone and Robert De Niro were unbelievable. Like, at the end of this movie, Robert De Niro really made me want to fight him.
Yes.
Because of how he did those people. Right, I was ready to just throw down with the old man.
We were ready to go. We just...
Right, but it just goes to show how good of a performance he gave. Killers of the Flower Moon, it won, I don't think it won anything.
It was nominated for like 10 or something. 10 awards, something like that.
Right.
But fun fact about it, this is actually the first major case by the FBI, if you did not know.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't.
It's a fun fact. Martin Scorsese does it again. He knows how to write a movie. He knows how to direct a movie. He knows how to do everything. And he did it again with this movie. Kudos to him.
Yep. And Martin Scorsese is my favorite director. My favorite movie is Goodfellas. And I enjoy everything he puts his touch on, he puts his spin on. He is a wonderful storyteller, and I really do wish Killers of the Flower Moon won the Oscar, man. I think it really deserved it.
It probably did deserve one. I think the way this movie was made, it was made very well, and it brings to light a very important part of history which people don't really know much about, which is really cool. And like you said, you started looking into it. I didn't really know about this until this movie came out, and once I saw the movie, I was like, I want to know more. I want to know what happened, and this movie brought me to do that.
Yeah, cool. Up next, man, we have one of the biggest movies of the year, Barbie, starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling and Issa Rae. Is basically a movie taken from the world of Barbie, the very popular Mattel doll, Barbie. It was brought from the pages of the toy store to the movie screen. It's about Barbie and Ken having the time of their lives in colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover that everything isn't as it is in Barbie land, that things are a little more real in real life. So
yeah, a little bit more real.
What did you think about Barbie?
I thought it was a really fun movie that I think anyone can get anything out of. And I think it's more importantly for little girls out there who are watching it, it's a movie that they can watch and really appreciate. even just women now just can watch that movie and appreciate it. I think even men or anybody for that matter can watch that movie and take something out of it, and it's funny. Ryan Gosling, you are amazing. Great job. Great job. Margot Robbie also did a great way leading the way in America Ferrera as well. She did a great job.
And she also got nominated for Oscar for supporting actress. She didn't win, but she did get nominated.
Honestly, she was my pick.
Was she? Okay, cool.
For me,
she did a great job.
I thought she was great.
Yeah, man, Barbie, man. You gotta catch Barbie. You can also catch Barbie on Max now. Yep,
I believe
Max. Out on Max now if you want. And man, check it out, man. Barbie.
You should. Everyone should watch it.
All right. Next up, man, we have American Fiction. American Fiction stars Oscar-nominated Jeffrey Wright and Sterling K. Brown. American Fiction is about a novelist who is fed up with the establishment profiting from black entertainment. So he uses a pen name to write a book that propels him into the heart and hypocrisy and madness that he claims to disdain. Now, American Fiction was my pick for Best Picture.
This was probably my favorite Oscar movie this year.
Yeah.
It was just so fun and so well done.
Yep. And it's about basically cultural appropriation, taking black culture and only pushing out a certain aspect of black culture repeatedly, all the negatives. And basically, he's tired of seeing it. So he writes a book, basically pretending to be everything he hates to see if it makes it. And and you have to see the movie to see. But man, Jeffrey Wright does a great job.
He does. He does a great job. Sterling K. Brown also does a great job. And I believe, is Issa Rae in this movie?
Issa Rae is definitely
Issa Rae
in
is also in it as well.
Tracy Ellis Ross is also in it.
Yes.
So yeah, man, and Sterling K. Brown got nominated for supporting actor.
Yep.
So I think it's a movie that a lot of people really need to see. It makes you think, and it's not super deep. I think people, the majority of people really would enjoy American Fiction.
I definitely enjoyed it, and I think most people would enjoy it.
Okay. You can catch American Fiction. I think will be coming to Prime. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's coming to the Prime. It's kind of in between leaving the theaters before it hits the streaming sites. But American Fiction, you will not be sorry. Absolutely. All right. Next up, we have Rebel Moon. Check it out.
Do you know the story of the Princess Issa? In myth, she was called the Redeemer. It was said this child would stop the madness of war. That she was to usher in a new age of peace and compassion. I was given memories of a world I will never see. Loyalty to a king I cannot serve. And love for a child I could not save.
What do you think they want?
Everything.
I found her. Scargiver.
I am a child of war. I was taught that love is weakness. There is a difference between justice and revenge.
There is a price to pay for your defiance. Shh. One moment. I do love this part.
Hold on.
I don't want no trouble.
We're not here to bring any.
Are you ready? You and I both know fear. Let's show them that we're not afraid. Let's show them we are more than the shackles that bind us.
A king is a man and a man can fail. But a myth is indestructible.
The time has come for all that you love. Protect each other and show them no mercy.
Who among you is willing to die for what you believe?
Man, that Rebel Moon, man, watching that trailer gets me excited every time. When I go home, I know what I'm watching tonight. Rebel Moon is about when a peaceful settlement on the edge of a distant moon finds itself threatened by armies of a tyrannical ruling force. A mysterious stranger living among its village becomes its best hope for survival. Rebel Moon stars Sophia Boutella and Ed Screen. Don't quote me on it, but man, I love Rebel Moon. Man, it's been one of my favorite sci-fi movies this year. Created and directed by Zack Snyder, who also did Justice League, man, and Superman and Batman.
Yep.
So man, Rebel Moon, man, it's a heart-pounding action thriller,
yes,
man.
It's an action thriller. It's a good movie.
Yep.
I believe it's kind of similar to Star Wars.
Yep. If you like Star Wars, if you like Dune,
any of those kind of movies, you'll like this movie.
Yep.
Zack Snyder does his best thing, slow-mo. If you like slow-mo, this movie has a lot of cool slow-mo. You'll be like moving slow motion. You know what I'm saying?
That's Zack Snyder for you, man. But I love it, man. It's a great movie. And Rebel Moon 2 is about to come out.
Yeah, it comes out next month.
Next month, April 19th, I think.
19th.
But yeah, I'm very excited for the next part. Is it a trilogy or is it just 2?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
If it's a trilogy, that would be really cool.
That'd be great.
That'd be great.
I'm very excited for Rebel Moon, man. It's one of the best movies on Netflix now, man. So pull it up, check it out, man.
Yeah, I think you should check it out. It's a fun movie.
Yep. So Watch Party Wednesdays, man.
That's our first one.
This has been our first one, director's cut, man.
We did it.
Yeah, man. Hey, let's go back over and see what we talked about, what we got. All right, so the TV shows we want y'all to check out are The Bear, which you can find streaming on FX and Hulu, Ted, streaming on Peacock, Quantum Leap on NBC or stream on Peacock, Welcome Home Franklin, which is streaming on Apple TV, The Irrational on NBC or streaming on Peacock, Abbott Elementary on ABC or Hulu.
And for the movies we have Dune 2, which is in theaters and coming to Max, and then we have Upgraded streaming on Amazon Prime. Killers of the Flower Moon is streaming on Apple TV. Barbie is streaming on Max. American Fiction is in theaters. And Rebel Moon is streaming on Netflix. And don't forget, Rebel Moon 2 coming out soon.
All right, well, Mead.
Good job.
Good job, man. I want to thank everybody for joining us on Watch Party. You can see me again on Watch Party Wednesdays on First Coast Living.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, man. Hey, find me on Instagram, FCL Watch Party Win. Get engaged, man. Talk to me. Let me know what you out there watching. Let me know what you want to see. Hey, hit me with some suggestions, man. This is a Watch Party Director's Cut. I've been LeRoy Aaron.
I've been Magee.
And we will check y'all later, man. Have a great one.
Bye.